This was how I made this large portion of yam and egg sauce for our brothers and sisters in the street. So the first thing I did after waking up this morning is to go down on my knees and commit the cooking and the intention of the sponsor of this charity into God's hands. Before I used my small singlet to pack up my breast very well and drink some water and proceeded to the kitchen. I have to handle over everything concerning some and Zikora preparation for the day to my niece. While I dive into the main purpose of the day by peeling my yams first. For this cooking, I'll be using 7 tubers of yam. The last yam I peeled was that particular yam I bought 4,000 naira. And I cannot really comprehend why the yam turned red before I could finish peeling it. I was very intentional while cutting this yam so that they would be equal. But the last yam I peeled was so strong that I end up cutting it anyhow.
Next on my wish, that cutlass is here. Because this won't break my knife.
I have never cut any yam that is as strong as that before. But the yam was so big that only the yam full that rubber. Now I brought out the onions I'll be using for the day and gave to my crew members to be peeling for me. Why I quickly washed out that one big yam. But the yam was bigger than that pot. While trying to wash this one, the bath was not fitting in the sink, so I have to just import everything in the sink and start washing them out. I had a battle making a decision on the best way to boil this yam because the yam full the big pot and the small pot and still remaining much. And I had already told myself I'll be doing everything in my kitchen today. I won't rate or borrow anything. I'll be using everything I have in my kitchen anyhow. For my fresh tomato, I decided I'll be slicing everything with my hands because I don't have food processor and my blender doesn't blend something without water, so if I should blend it with water it's going to be too watery and smooth, and I don't think that smooth fresh tomato is okay for egg sauce. It took a lot of time for me to finish and a little bit stressful, but it's worth it. At this point my yam was done, so I imported a little salt for the yam to absorb. While I quickly went to export my plate from my cooler because I needed where to import my yam so that it will still be hot until I finish making my sauce, and then I would dish everything together once and for all. So I proceeded outside to wash out the cooler. Immediately after washing the cooler, I rushed back inside to sieve the first set of yam. I just now will not be able to sieve this big one was, so I started to use spoon to reduce it before sieving them out. I am literally very surprised on how big this yam turned out because I was being scared that the yam will not be able to cover the number of people we want to cover. So at this point I have to fire the last set of yam and then imported my groundnut oil on fire. While waiting for the oil to bleach, I quickly rushed to the bedroom to brush. I rushed to the parlor to import my customer clothes into the nylon and gave to my niece to go and give him because the man was already disturbing. By the time I got there, this oil was already aggressively hot. I just imported my fresh tomato and the remaining oil to calm the temper. While I proceeded to slice my onions, and I must tell you for free that this new onions is very active. I cried all through the slicing of these onions. I quickly pounded the 30 pieces of seasoning cubes I'll be using for the day and pounded my pepper. Then I quickly exported the 60 pieces of eggs I'll be using for the day from the shop. Then I imported a pinch of salt and mixed cocoa together because I always want my egg to have a taste of its own. Then in my tomato, I imported my seasoning cubes, salt, onions, pepper, and mixed cocoa everything to incorporate. While waiting for the stew to be ready, I quickly